We bring you the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. The latest Pulse Asia survey results showing the president's high ratings, particularly in the areas of fighting criminality and law enforcement, is an indication that the Marcos administration is committed to maintaining peace and order in the country. Interior Secretary BFAR said the 67% rating in fighting criminality and 62% rating in law enforcement are solid proofs that the government, through the Philippine National Police, has made significant strides in cracking down on crimes and in maintaining peace and order. Abalos lauded PNP Chief General Rodolfo Azurin Jr. and the entire police force for their meritorious contribution to the president's high rating, as both areas are under the purview of the PNP. The latest crime situation report from the PNP Directorate for Investigation and Detective Management shows that index crime volume has decreased from 10,701 in July to October last year to 9,961 in the same period this year. Social Welfare Secretary Erwin Tulfo underscored the need to review the existing 4-piece law following reports that 90% of its beneficiaries remain poor. In its latest finding, the Commission on Audit said 90% of the active household beneficiaries remained below the poverty threshold after being in the program for a long period of time. COA noted that some 2.6 million students benefiting from the 4-piece program may not finish their studies as a conditional cash transfer imposes a 7-year limit. During the Senate budget hearing, Tulfo said that while the 4-piece law aims to uplift the lives of indigent Filipinos, it should have been studied carefully.
Yung mga tao na gumawa ng listahan ng 3, they're gone. They are gone.
Okay.
And there's no way for me to go after them right now. So yun ho ang nagiging problema ngayon, Madam Chair. At ito po yung inaayos namin ngayon. So tediously, yung sinasabi po na 1.3 million ay lumalabas po, ma'am, na non-poor ay 500 plus na lamang po yung non-poor. Yung 700 plus po, ma'am, kailangan ibalik ulit sa 4-piece because nagka-pandemic ho tayo, ma'am. Natapos po yung listahan ng 3. Kaya hindi po namin mailabas-labas ang listahan ng 3 because of the fact na may pandemic po tayo and hindi na po effective or valid yung sinasabi ng listahan ng 3 na 1.3 million ay graduate na, ay kaya nang tumayo sa sariling paa because of the fact we have pandemic.
Pero
Natapos, Madam Chair, I'm sorry, ma'am.
Yes.
Natapos po yung listahan ng 2019. Nagka-pandemic po tayo ng 2020 and 2021. Therefore, wala naman sigurong yumaman during pandemic. So we have to take them back. Meron din po tayong safety measure dyan, yung batas na naipasa po ng 2019. Na sinasabi you can only stay there for 7 years. Ang problem din ho na kailangan ho siguro i-revisit ng ating po mga mambabatas yung effectivity date po nito.
The Department of Health says it has not detected a new Omicron sub-variant of COVID-19 in the country. This came amid reports about the so-called XBB variant driving infections in several parts of the world. The DOH said the XBB variant shows higher immune evasion ability than the BA.5 variant. It said they are continuously conducting surveillance to monitor the importation of XBB and other emerging SARS-CoV-2 variants. Earlier, the Ministry of Health in Singapore reported an increase in local cases this week driven by the COVID-19 XBB variant. However, the ministry dismissed rumors that Singapore is experiencing a rapid spike in cases with severe illness and deaths due to the XBB strain. As of October 12, the Philippines has 3.9 million total COVID-19 infections. The DOH recorded 1,623 new cases, bringing up the number of active cases to over 24,000. 34 deaths were also recorded, raising the total to over 63,000, while the total number of recoveries is now at 3.88 million. Meanwhile, more than 73 million Filipinos have been fully vaccinated against COVID-19 as of October 10. 2 bays in Eastern Visayas have been placed under red tide alert as seafood in these areas are declared unsafe for eating. The Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources said red tide was found in water samples collected in Irong-Irong Bay in Catbalogan City in Samar Province and Cancabato Bay in Tacloban City. Red tide bloom remains in the coastal water of Giwan Town and Matarinaw Bay in the towns of General MacArthur, Hernani, Kinapundan, and Salcedo, all in eastern Samar. The BFAR has advised the public to refrain from gathering, selling, and eating all types of shellfishes and alamang coming from these areas. Fish, squid, crab, and shrimp gathered from these areas are safe to eat, provided that all entrails are removed and they are washed thoroughly with running water before cooking. And that's the latest and the biggest stories from the Pna Newsroom. For more news content, visit our webpage or head on to the Philippine News Agency's Facebook and Twitter accounts. We are also shown on the social media pages of the Office of the Press Secretary and Radio Pilipinas RP1. Stay tuned for more news updates. I'm Marita Muaje. We tell stories that inspire change.